Good morning, my friends, my followers. Gwen in the corner. Thank you very much for continuing to support me and watch my videos. It means a lot. And if you are watching this on YouTube, why not? It's free. And if you're watching it on Instagram, why not? It's 99p. And I appreciate you all coming across. I used to have 300 of you that used to subscribe on Instagram. But many of you have told me that you've been unsubscribed and this, and the numbers have dwindled away down. I do not know what's happening. Well, I do know what's happening. You have a very alleged important couple that want to remove me off social media, and I won't go. And today, for those that know, today is day 60. Day 60 of YouTube's 30-day review of my channel. And they haven't got back to me. There was someone today that reached out to me on Instagram privately, asking me for all the information. I gave it over to them. Then they said, can we have access to your channel? And I'm like, no, you can't. No, I'm sorry, but you either know someone on YouTube that can help me or you don't, but I'm not giving you access to my channel so you can go in there and mess around. They then promised to get me my plaque. I said, no. I said, YouTube can stick their silver plaque up their arse. I don't want it. I know I've achieved it. I've hit the right figures. I think, and let's be honest, they say you need 4,000 watch stars, and you need a minimum of 1,000, I can't remember, people to subscribe to your channel to be monetized. But I would like to point out now that I've got 154,800 subscribers, and I've had over 2 million watch stars. 2 million. 50,000 a month it's going at the minute. But there we go. It doesn't matter how many people go on Twitter or write into YouTube. There is a group of bots on Twitter that keep mass reporting my channel as a hate channel, as this channel, as that channel. So it is what it is, people. At the end of the day, there is an issue in YouTube. They know they are going against their own guidelines and policies. And they know that they are treating me unfairly compared to other channels, other creators. But I'll stick with it. I will stick with it. Anyway, what's happening in the news today? Oasis are getting back together, a reunion. Now, apparently the brothers have buried the hatchet. Or have they? They've been offered 50 million up front to reunite. So if money brings a family back together, then so be it. They are a very talented group. It's good to see them get back together, but it's also good to get back to, do you know what, if someone's willing to pay that amount of money to do a concert and release an album, then go for it. You know what I mean? Everyone can pretend on camera. Look at Paris Hilton. For many years she pretended to have that little childish voice. She did that and she fooled everyone. She's actually a very intelligent, smart lady who made millions off the back of that. Even though she's from the Hilton family and they are rich, she wanted to do her own thing and she made millions off that. So just go to show you. And if you look at every idiot in movies, they play idiots, they play fools. They're normally very intelligent. Look at Rowan Atkinson. He plays Mr. Bean. Biggest idiot on TV. In real life, he is an exceptional, knowledgeable, intelligent man. It takes a smart man to play the fool, they say. So there we go. Or a smart lady to play the fool. There we go. Right. Now, we are hearing, and check the stories in the media. Check things. Don't always believe what I say, okay? Belarus have amassed their armies on their border, fully loaded and weaponed. Fully loaded. They're going to help Russia. They are ready to intervene and help Russia. And you know what? And I'll tell you this in my... Bless you. In my opinion, I believe that they have a right to help Russia. Just my opinion. The rest of the world are helping Ukraine. You can't expect countries that are friends with Russia to sit back, oh, bless you again, to sit back and ignore this. So other countries joining to help Russia, It was inevitable, wasn't it? It was inevitable. So it is happening. So there we go. Israeli jets, by the way, Israel's got its own shit going on with Hamas and Palestine and this and that. Israel have sent jets and they've been bombing Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. In Lebanon. The world's gone to shit, hasn't it? It really has. And just to let you know, the Lad Bible, you've heard of Lad Bible. It's a very, very big, famous thing. It's on the internet. On the Lad Bible on Instagram, they had a picture of a guy I know called Nick Dunn, and it was about him, the Lad Bible. Now, if you don't know, Nick Dunn wrote a book called Surviving Hell. Nick Dunn was one of the Chennai Six who had a job after he left the parachute regiment as doing a piracy, anti-piracy. So it was maritime security. So he was on ships protecting them, going through parts of the world which were dangerous and were littered with pirates that used to attack massive cargo ships, steal their cargo, and then impound the ships and ask the governments for millions and millions of pounds in compensation before they released it. Well, Nick was on board one of those ships and he was going through, I believe it was the South China Sea, I may have that wrong, but he was going through the South China Sea and the authorities sieged the ship. Nick was imprisoned in Chennai and he spent, I think it was 4 years in jail because he was carrying a weapon on a ship in an area they said it was illegal. Anyway, Nick wrote a book called Surviving Hell, 4 years. He's a tough motherfucker, excuse my language. And he did that. But the Lad Bible did a little thing about him on Instagram. But they didn't tag him in it. And this is what I get annoyed about people. The Lad Bible has millions and millions of followers. But they did a story on Nick, but they didn't bother to tag him in it. Now, if they had tagged Nick in that post, it would have helped Nick sell books. It would have helped Nick's... People go, oh, let's click on Nick, boom, and take it straight to Nick's Instagram page where he sells his own books, but they didn't do it. And I got pissed off, and I said to the Lad Bible, this would have been more impressive had you have tagged Nick into this post. It would have helped him, but no. I don't like it when these massive celebrities or these massive entities use you to help promote them, but they don't tag you in the shit that they do to help promote you. And that is why people get pissed off at things. Anyway, below my post, someone wrote, Free Palestine. Now, listen, I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't like innocent people killed. I do not like to see war. I do not like to see these type of things happening in society. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a shit about Free Palestine. I'm sick of seeing it. Do you know what? If you're so interested in Free Palestine, go and help them. Because all these things you post online, people block you. It loses its... We all started off by saying, yeah, it's terrible what's happening. Yeah, the Israelis were attacked October the 7th. It's shocking. And then Israel, we all know Israel has a right to defend itself. But I'm now in the stance of Israel's gone too far, knock it on the head. All right, knock it on. That's my stance now. You had a right to defend yourself. You've gone too far. Let it go. You're attacking other countries now, and it's going to lead to World War III. No one wants to sit down and have a peace deal. They just don't want to do it. Keep blaming each other, tit for tat. It reminds me of Northern Ireland back in the 70s and 80s. Sit down, don't sit down, we'll attack, it's bullshit. Don't like it, let's move on. Right. If you didn't know, because I mentioned it yesterday, and I know Avid Garner did a video on it, Kirsty Allsop, whose son went abroad after he had finished his GCSE exams. He was 15, he'd finished his GCSE exams. I'm hearing other stories, he's about to turn 16, he did this, he did that. Listen, Kirsty Allsop's friends have jumped to her defence. Well, when I was 12, I got in a car and I hitchhiked from Liverpool to Manchester. And it didn't... Listen, different times, people. different times. When I was young, I don't know, maybe 13, 14, I remember with my friend, with a backpack, we filled it full of tins of food. We had a tin opener. We had different coals and cooking stuff. We had coffees and stuff. And we tabbed up to the forest up near the, can't remember the name of it now. There's a road where it has a dip and goes up. There's a reservoir. It's just at the outskirts of Dundonald. A little foresty block. And we went in there and spent the day. We hitchhiked. Yes, but it was different times. Back then, there was no freedom of movement. There was nothing. We could go places. And you know what? You're going to hate me for saying this, but when I grew up in Northern Ireland, there wasn't a single coloured person in anywhere where we lived. Not a single coloured person. You may not like that. It's true. Because the terrorism and the bombs and the shootings and the murders in Northern Ireland kept everyone out of the country. No one wanted to come to Northern Ireland. It was a pure white country. It really was. It really was. There was no threats for anything. There was only Church of England, Church of Ireland. There was Catholic and Protestant. No other. There was no mosques, no synagogues. There was nothing. Nothing. It was the safest, apart from the IRA and all the terrorism and all that. There was no one that was sexually abused. There was no one that was beaten up in the streets. There was no knife crime. There was nothing. There was bombs though, but you know, I'm just saying. I went off on a tangent. What I'm saying is, back in the early 80s in Northern Ireland, you could hitchhike. I remember standing at a bus stop going to school when I was in high school, and it was pissing down and I was soaked. And a car pulled up. All right, mate, where are you going? I'm going to Newton Arts, going to school. Jump in, I'll drop you off at the shopping centre. And it was safe, and I did that. We were able to do those things. So for Kirsty Allstop's friends to come jumping her defence going, I did this when I was younger, it doesn't mean anything. The laws have changed. If you're a minor, you're a minor. Now, I do get it that my son is 13 and he's 6 foot. He's still a minor. Would I let him go and do that? No, I wouldn't. Probably got more sense than Kirsty's son, but still wouldn't let him do it. The fact is, you know your son's a minor. Yes, he's just passed his GCSEs. He's just finished high school, but he's still a minor. If you are going to do these things, keep it off the internet. Don't show off. It's quite simple. There we go. Done it. Right. The government has now decided that if your child is riding on pavements and they're using chalk, it could be classed as a hate crime. Keir Starmer coming out with all this shit now, isn't he? Of course he is. But let's look at something more positive. The Duke of Edinburgh and the Duchess of Edinburgh, their daughter. Now, I actually like Sophie. I think that she is fantastic. The way she goes about things, I think she's helped keep Edward in line for many years. But anyway, their daughter, Lady Louise Windsor, is now joining the armed forces. Fantastic. Fantastic. Do you know what I would do? Once she passes training, and she does really well, hopefully, I would make her the Captain General of the Royal Marines. You know where I'm going with that, don't you? Well, there we go. There we go. That's what I would do. But listen, people, I'm going to shoot off. Gotta do the garden today, as promised, yeah. Gotta do bits and pieces, gotta do chores today. But listen, thank you to those of you that continue to support my channel. It means a lot. If you haven't came across the Instagram, where I need more support across there, because I don't get much on here from a lot, but it is good. But stick with it, stay positive, and I was going to give a shout out this morning, wasn't I? I've done quite a few shout outs in the past. One that I need to do for my own mindset is ask you to get behind the Old Paratrooper podcast. The Old Paratrooper podcast, Chris Binch. He's turned, I didn't really know Chris, if I'm honest. Didn't know all the years I served, didn't know him. He knows people that's known me in his unit and stuff, and allegedly they speak highly of me. However, he's been like a guy recently that I want to support. I want to lift his channel up. I believe that YouTube's big enough for every single person. There's no reason why we all can't thrive on here. Well, apart from me with my restrictions, but help support him. He's doing some great podcasts. He's got some great guests coming on. And yeah, the Old Paratrooper podcast. Takes 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. It's free to subscribe to people, and it takes 2 seconds. Okay, so have a wonderful day anyway. Bank holiday today. Banks are shut. Bit shit. Don't know why I said that, but yeah, it just means bank holiday. It means that some shops. I want to go out for coffee today and chill, but we'll see. Anyway,
It's open anyway.
it's open, is it? Okay. Well, listen. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for your support, and keep leaving your reviews on Amazon. Come on, thousands of you have bought the book, thousands of sales, and less than 1,000 reviews at the minute. Little bit disappointing, but I understand. Anyway, listen. Take care and have a wonderful day.